Hello, I'm Get the Cans, and it's been a while since I've made a little bit of a video. One thing I've observed is while I've been making videos, over the course of this video making thing that I've been doing, I've covered pretty much a lot of areas that I've already want to talk about. Now the real problem is, of course, is to basically keep talking, keep reiterating the message without getting boring or bland. And the last thing I want to do is basically make a video just for the sake of making a video. I want something that's at least interesting to say, or at least say something that I've said before, but say it in a more interesting and attractive manner. In a way that basically gets the message pushed out there, or at least propagated more, so that more people will become more immunized against the actions of the so-called Church of Scientology and their illegal actions and whatever. A couple of interesting things that I learned. There's a rumor going around, apparently, that inside of Scientology that there's some sort of SP Declare for David Miscavige. The information on whether or not this is even remotely true on any scale or level is entirely suspect. I'm not exactly sure where the information came from, whether it's even legitimate, and considering the fact that David Miscavige is currently in charge of the so-called Church of Scientology, it is extremely unlikely that it is any kind of official SP Declare. Though it is interesting to see that somebody actually bothered to write up anything that even remotely looks like an SP Declare, at least, you know, to me, in any case. I haven't seen a whole lot of SP Declares, fortunately, because, well, you've seen one, you've seen them all, but anyways, you know, a few other interesting things happening, like this pube hair incident. If you're unfamiliar with the pube hair incident, is the incident where a bunch of anonymous people got a guy, covered him up in like slick Vaseline or whatever the hell it is that they used, and pubic hair, and that's pretty gross. But anyways, the guy basically ran inside one of the orgs and then ran inside some Sea Org office or something. And it was pretty gross looking, really gross for the guy, especially considering the fact that he's covered by somebody else's pubic hairs. It's rather disgusting. There's a bit of a debate over whether or not it's, you know, good or bad. I mean, personally, it's not really that good of a thing. You know, generating attention's good, but I mean, bad attention, good attention. A guy covered in pubes running around in a org would seem really funny to, you know, the people who did it, obviously. And there's going to be a lot of people out there who will disagree with the whole, you know, oh, it was funny, so it should be allowed kind of thing. But it's like, where do you draw the line? I mean, you know, like, pubic hair is, it's gross. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting. And you have this annoying jerk inside your building doing all these gross things. It's like, it's kind of crazy. It's the kind of crazy that basically that the so-called Church of Scientology would do, only maybe on a less disgusting scale, on a more violent scale, or more at least psychologically violent and more personal, most definitely. But that's just a really screwed up thing to do. So, yeah, whatever. But there's a bit of a debate as to whether it was a good or a bad thing, and apparently it's drawn a lot of attention. So, well, I guess no harm, no foul, but it does definitely make it a lot harder for the average anonymous person to reach anyone who may be inside the Scientology org, because they like to take those things and blow them completely out of proportion. I mean, you wouldn't have to with this kind of a thing, but to blow it completely out of proportion and to basically label anybody who attends protests, whether or not they wear masks or not, as one of these most disgusting and perverted individuals, which may not necessarily be true, but of course, the conditioning within the so-called Church of Scientology is quite deep for a lot of their major members, excluding the ones that are just starting and haven't gotten their mental programming yet. But on to videos and such. I've been considering, I just recently acquired a 3D software program, and I'm pretty good at it. I've made a few things, and I was really interested in as to whether or not people think that, you know, maybe, I mean, not that I would need anyone's approval, but it's more of a matter of just, you know, just asking opinion, I suppose, but whether or not anyone would be interested in seeing, you know, any of the information that we will currently have available put forth in a more animated and three-dimensional manner, not necessarily like, you know, super ultra deluxe mega cool looking 3D, because, I mean, come on, I'm just, you know, messing around with the program, but it definitely would be a lot more interesting than watching a guy holding a microphone, wearing a red shirt, you know, uploading videos to YouTube. It's a lot more interesting than that, you know, for the average person. Or if anyone needs me to create any material for their projects or anything like that, you know, just basically to help the cause in a way that would be appropriate, but also, you know, fun. You know, it's half the point. Half the point is to do some good, and the other half, of course, is to have fun and enjoy yourself. So, and I've enjoyed using the 3D program, and I think that, you know, I'm all right at it, and I'm, you know, just need to polish up my skills and have something to work on. So if anyone's got any suggestions or maybe any kind of project that we could work on or anything like that, just you know, just drop me a line, I suppose, through the PM system and YouTube or whatever. But other than that, I've been basically relaxing, you know, playing some video games, trying to think, reading up on news and such. And yeah, I guess one of the things that I should probably mention here is Jet and the unfortunate circumstances behind Travolta, you know, Jet Travolta's death. And the thing is, I'm not exactly sure what's going on. The information is never really 100% sure, but apparently the rumor is such that the Travoltas lost their son to some kind of mental illness or something, like a seizure or whatever the heck it was. I'm not exactly sure as to the facts. I've been pretty busy lately, but it would probably fall in line with the fact that it's likely that Jet probably died as a result of not taking medication that was probably prescribed to him. And, you know, with the religious freedoms of not having to take medicine, you know, I'm perfectly okay with that. You know, that's fine. But really, I mean, their whole belief system isn't really a belief system at all. It's a system for generating money. And the only reason they don't want people taking medicines is so that they'll go to Scientology, because Scientology is the only alternative. That's what Scientology says. It's what they're taught. It's what's ingrained in them. So basically just yet another tombstone to put in the field of deaths related to Scientology up to this point, and it's really unfortunate, and I feel for the family, but unfortunately we must all move on. So if I'm a little late in the game, I apologize. but anyways, it's good to put a video out, and I'm probably reaching the limit now, so I'll cut this a little shorter than normal, and or just cut it now. And I'll talk to you guys later on, and I'd really enjoy hearing from you, and any suggestions you may have or whatever. I just like communicating, even with the trolls, because they make me laugh because of their ineffectiveness, and it makes me smile. And it's like, you think you can threaten me through a text, on a comment, on a video. Wow. The extent of their power is immense. But anyways, have a good day, and or a good night, or whatever, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.